Hello, friends. Today we'll talk about a topic that affects most of us, cholesterol. Why can it rise, how to deal with it, and how to avoid being prescribed statins to lower cholesterol levels. And what should you do if you've been taking these medications for a long time? Let's figure it out. Before we start, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Here we discuss health and a proper lifestyle. Cholesterol is a fat-like substance produced by your body. It is absolutely necessary for the proper functioning of your body. It's not just some unnecessary fat, as often thought, but an important component involved in forming cell membranes, synthesizing fat-soluble vitamins, and even balancing sex hormones. Without cholesterol, your body cannot function properly. Did you know that 85% of cholesterol is produced by the liver? Yes, the liver. All those discussions about cholesterol rising because of fatty foods are outdated. Elevated cholesterol is most often the result of the liver not being able to perform its primary function. This problem is often associated with fatty liver disease, hepatic steatosis, or even cirrhosis. These diseases can lead to an imbalance in cholesterol levels in the body. The question of how to lower cholesterol levels is really important, but it's essential to understand that first and foremost, we need to focus not on cholesterol itself, but on the liver. Why? Because the liver produces 85% of the cholesterol, and it is responsible for metabolizing this substance. If the liver cannot efficiently process cholesterol, it will inevitably lead to its accumulation. If we simply lower cholesterol levels with medications, statins, we only solve part of the problem. Statins can help, but they don't address the reasons why the liver struggles with cholesterol production. On the other hand, changes in lifestyle and diet will allow you to restore cholesterol balance and prevent problems with blood vessels in the heart. To normalize cholesterol levels, it's not enough just to lower it in the blood. You need to change your lifestyle. The first thing to pay attention to is your diet. Many people mistakenly believe that if they eat fewer fats, cholesterol levels will go down. But that's not entirely true. About 15% of cholesterol depends on how much fat you consume in your diet. It's important to understand that reducing fat intake by 15% does not solve the overall problem. The key is that when you reduce fats, you need to get calories from somewhere, and as a rule, they come from carbohydrates. But if the carbohydrates are wrong, especially those with a high glycemic index, such as bread, pasta, or rice, they will worsen your liver problems. Therefore, it is much more important to reduce carbohydrates and focus on nutrient-rich foods that help detoxify your liver, such as meat, fish, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. To return to normal cholesterol levels, it's important not only to choose the right foods, but also to maintain a caloric deficit. We need to control the number of calories we consume because overeating is one of the main causes of fatty liver disease. Calculate your caloric needs by multiplying your weight by 21 and keep track of your macronutrient proportions, proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. It's also crucial to include physical activity. This will provide an additional stimulus for your liver to work better and process excess cholesterol more efficiently.
Now, let's dive deeper into what happens with the liver and how this affects cholesterol levels. Why is the liver so crucial for normalizing cholesterol? The liver is an organ that actively participates in the production and metabolism of cholesterol. When the liver doesn't function properly, for example, if it suffers from fatty liver disease or fibrosis, it can lead to serious metabolic disruptions. As a result, even if you eat well, cholesterol can still rise because the liver struggles to process it. To bring cholesterol back to normal, it's not enough just to change your diet, you need to ensure your liver is functioning well. This requires reducing calorie excess and controlling blood sugar levels to prevent further stressing the liver. A simple and effective solution for this is to reduce high glycemic index carbohydrates in your diet. It's especially important to limit foods like bread, pasta, grains, and other carbs that rapidly raise blood sugar levels. When you consume carbohydrates with a high glycemic index, such as fast carbs, sugar, sweets, white bread, It rapidly spikes blood sugar, which, in turn, stimulates insulin production. Increased insulin leads to fat accumulation in the liver, contributing to fatty liver and disrupting cholesterol metabolism. To avoid this, you need to exclude high glycemic index foods and focus on complex carbohydrates with a low glycemic index. Not only will this help your liver, but it will also normalize insulin levels in your blood. Foods with a low glycemic index, like meat, fish, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, won't overload your pancreas, so you won't need large amounts of insulin. This means your liver won't be under extra stress. Let's now focus on foods that will help cleanse the liver and restore normal cholesterol levels. First, it's essential to eliminate foods with a high glycemic index, but don't forget to cleanse your liver using natural remedies. One such remedy is milk thistle, also known as Psyllium marianum. Milk thistle helps maintain liver health, supports liver cell regeneration, and improves its metabolic function. If you want to improve liver health and reduce cholesterol levels, you can take half a gram of milk thistle in the morning on an empty stomach, followed by a glass of water. The recommended course is at least 6 months. This will help your body restore proper liver function, lower cholesterol, and improve your overall condition. It's also important to note that a caloric deficit isn't just about reducing calories in food, but also about maintaining a reasonable balance between physical activity and calorie intake. For the liver to work effectively, you need to create a small calorie deficit so it can process excess fat deposits and restore metabolic balance. It's important to remember that high insulin is not only a blood sugar problem, but also one of the factors that disrupt cholesterol metabolism in the body. When insulin levels are high, it impairs liver function and leads to cholesterol buildup in the blood vessels, which can ultimately lead to atherosclerosis and other cardiovascular diseases. That's why it's crucial to keep insulin levels in check. To achieve this, you need to control carbohydrate intake, eliminate fast carbs, and reduce sugar consumption. This will lower your insulin levels, which in turn will help normalize your cholesterol. Additionally, to accelerate the process of normalizing cholesterol, make sure to include physical activity. This will provide extra stimulation for your liver to work better and help you achieve the desired results more quickly.
Now let's take a closer look at how to properly adjust your diet to normalize cholesterol levels. Nutrition plays a crucial role in regulating cholesterol, and the right approach to food choices can significantly improve your health. First and foremost, eliminate all products high in saturated and trans fats. This includes fatty meats, fried foods, fast food, and many pre-packaged baked goods. These substances contribute to the accumulation of cholesterol in the blood, which in turn increases the risk of atherosclerosis. However, don't panic if you enjoy saturated fats. Simply replace them with healthy fats, such as omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s are found in fatty fish, salmon, tuna, mackerel, flaxseed and hemp oils, nuts, and chia seeds. These foods can help lower bad cholesterol and improve vascular health. Monounsaturated fats are also beneficial for the body and can be found in olive oil, avocados, and nuts. These fats help reduce inflammation and strengthen the walls of blood vessels. When it comes to carbohydrates, it's important to understand that not all carbs are created equal. Simple carbohydrates like sugar, sweets, white bread, and candies are quickly absorbed by the body and cause sharp spikes in blood sugar, which leads to increased insulin levels. This puts strain on the liver and promotes fat accumulation. As a result, cholesterol begins to deposit on the walls of blood vessels, forming plaques that can lead to heart attacks and strokes. It's important to reduce the consumption of simple carbohydrates and replace them with carbohydrates that have a low glycemic index. These include whole grains, vegetables, legumes, and fruits. They are digested slowly, do not cause sharp blood sugar spikes, and help maintain normal cholesterol levels. Also, don't forget the importance of fiber. Fiber-rich foods like oatmeal, legumes, millet, and apples help lower bad cholesterol and improve digestion. Now let's talk about how physical activity impacts cholesterol levels and how regular exercise can improve liver and vascular health. Physical activity is not only a great way to lose excess weight, but also an excellent tool for normalizing cholesterol levels. When you engage in aerobic exercises such as walking, running, swimming, or cycling, it helps increase good cholesterol, or HDL, which aids in removing excess cholesterol from the blood. Regular exercise, therefore, helps maintain an optimal balance between good and bad cholesterol. In addition, physical activity helps lower triglycerides, fats in the blood that can cause cardiovascular problems. Exercise activates metabolism and promotes fat burning, including those fats that can accumulate in the liver and disrupt its function.
There are many myths and incorrect approaches when it comes to treating high cholesterol. Often, people begin to worry about their cholesterol without understanding that artificially lowering it without addressing the underlying causes can even be harmful. Statins are not magic pills that solve all problems. They only lower cholesterol levels, but they do not address the main issue, the disruption of metabolism in the liver. If you've been prescribed statins, it's important not to perceive this as a solution to all your problems. It's crucial to remember that statins can cause side effects, and while they may lower cholesterol, they do not address the problem at the organ level. If possible, it's worth trying to first make lifestyle changes, such as adjusting your diet, increasing physical activity, improving sleep, and managing stress levels. These factors can significantly help balance your cholesterol levels. Moreover, many people panic when their cholesterol rises, thinking they need to eliminate fats entirely from their diet. This is an erroneous strategy. Our bodies need certain fats, and they can even help regulate cholesterol if balanced properly in the diet. High cholesterol is associated with an increased risk of cardiovascular diseases, such as heart attacks, strokes, and other conditions. This can happen if cholesterol accumulates on the walls of blood vessels, forming plaques that narrow the vessel lumen and impair blood circulation. However, even if you have high cholesterol, this does not automatically mean that heart problems will occur. The key factor is a combination of factors. In addition to cholesterol, it is important to control blood glucose levels, blood pressure, weight, and stress. When all these parameters are normal, the risk of heart problems significantly decreases. To reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, it is necessary not only to lower cholesterol levels, but also to improve your overall health. Regular physical exercise, quitting smoking, maintaining a healthy weight, and consuming alcohol in moderation, all of these are important for maintaining heart and vascular health. What foods can help lower your cholesterol levels and maintain healthy blood vessels? Fruits and vegetables. A large quantity of fruits and vegetables in the diet helps reduce cholesterol levels, primarily due to the fiber content, which aids in the removal of excess fats. Foods like apples, pears, carrots, tomatoes, and broccoli are all beneficial for cardiovascular health. Fatty fish. Fish rich in omega-3 fatty acids helps lower bad cholesterol and improves heart health. The best choices include salmon, sardines, cod, and tuna. Oatmeal and other whole grains. They help lower cholesterol levels and maintain digestive system health. Oatmeal, buckwheat, quinoa, barley, and other whole grains are excellent options. Nuts and seeds. Nuts such as almonds, walnuts, and pistachios, as well as seeds like chia, flax, and sunflower seeds, contain healthy fats that can help reduce cholesterol levels. Green tea. The antioxidants in green tea help maintain normal cholesterol levels and strengthen blood vessels. Another important element in maintaining normal cholesterol levels is adequate water intake. Many people underestimate the role of water in maintaining proper metabolism, but it is vital for the proper functioning of the body. When your body is dehydrated, all metabolic processes slow down, including fat metabolism. This can lead to the accumulation of cholesterol in the blood, an increase in triglyceride levels, and an elevated risk of cardiovascular diseases. It is recommended to drink at least 8 glasses of water a day. Also, keep in mind that beverages like coffee, tea, or soda cannot replace water, as they contain substances that increase water excretion from the body. Understanding that cholesterol is not the enemy, but a necessary element in our body, will help you approach it wisely. Proper nutrition, physical activity, weight management, stress control, and regular medical checkups, all of these will help you keep cholesterol levels in check and prevent cardiovascular problems. Remember, prevention is always better than treatment. If you start taking care of your body today, you can avoid many problems in the future. Be attentive to your health, monitor your cholesterol levels, and don't forget about a healthy lifestyle. I hope this video was helpful to you. Share it with your friends, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or would like a consultation, feel free to comment or reach out via the website. Wishing you all good health, and see you next time.